And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network report season with the guru himself, and that is none other than Coach Van Pettaway. How you doing today, Coach?
I am doing great. Coming off a wonderful Thanksgiving, so we're doing fantastic.
Well, good, sir. I, too, had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I got a chance to see my mother and brother, and all was well, and we ate like there was no tomorrow. Well, we had a great time. Well, Coach, we have got down to the last two teams standing. You have Jackson State taking on Southern University. I'm still talking PV Nation fans off the ledge, but, it's going to be okay. So we'll address that toward the end, but what we're going to do now is finals time. And it's time for our final grades of the football programs. And, sir, we're going to let you start the grading.
Okay, prior to us giving out the final grades, we've got two games that we need to grade.
You're absolutely right.
You had a Turkey Day Classic where Alabama State played host to Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Pine Bluff came to Montgomery on Turkey Day.
Yes, sir.
Alabama State 19-14.
Yes, sir.
And so we're going to give Arkansas Pine Bluff for being on the road and playing on Thanksgiving Day an A, and Alabama State's going to have to take a C.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be a little bit more generous and a little bit more harsh. I'm going to give Pine Bluff an A+ for the exact reasons that you said, and I'm going to give Alabama State a D.
Okay.
I'm giving them a D. You had everything lined up to really take over this thing, and if I was able to give them Panthers an F, I can surely give you a D.
Right. Okay. That's good. Then we had one more. We had that big clash down in New Orleans where Grambling and Southern, and it's called the Bayou Classic. Southern was able to win that game 34-17 over Grambling State. I'm giving Southern an A because a lot was riding on that game. If they win it, they know what they have in store. And Grambling gets a C.
I gave Southern an A+ for the exact same thing. They answered the call. They saw the opportunity, and they took full advantage of it. And it ain't nobody's fault but PV's fault. Let me get off of that. But anyway, I digress, Coach. I gave Grambling a C+, believe it or not. They were playing a much better ball at the end of the season than they did at the start of the season. This came up a little bit short. They were playing a highly motivated, opportunistic Southern team, so I gave them a C+.
Okay. Now we can get to the final grades for the year.
Yes,
now,
sir.
And in my grade book, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my better students. So I'm giving out my A's first.
Okay.
The first A up for me will go to the Tigers of Jackson State. They get an A for the season, for the year. Okay. And I have no argument with that at all. My counter would simply be an A as well, sir. Good. My next A goes to a team that I felt like should be in the FCS playoffs, and that's Florida A&M. They get the second A from me.
Yes, sir. So far, so good. We're beating the same drum. I'm giving FAMU an A as well, sir.
Okay. Now, in my class, on this curve that I'm using, I'm dropping down to the B's. The B's, for me this year, will be Southern University. Southern will get a B for making it to the championship game.
I'll give them a B+ because they took advantage of the opportunities. They actually played C+ type ball for the season, but with the late surgeons, I'm giving them a B+.
Okay. Now, with the way I graded next, I'm a hard taskmaster when it comes to giving out grades.
Okay.
I had to drop down to the C level. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had one more B. And that B would go to Texas Southern. I felt like Texas Southern, they fooled a lot of people. They did, even though they laid an egg at Alabama A&M for the season. When you look at the overall work, they got a B minus.
I gave them a B minus as well because they overcame a lot of things, and I was glad to hear that Coach McKinney, I believe, got a 1-year extension so he can finish what he started. And if they don't get attacked by the portal, they're going to be something to deal with come 2023.
Okay. Now, I will drop down now to the average students in my class, and I'm going to go with my C level, the people that I have picked at a C level. Alabama State will get a C. I thought Coach Robinson hit the ground running. They faded down the stretch, but I thought he did an outstanding job, and his team will get a C plus from me.
I'll give them a C based on those things. Coach Robinson, as you say, started out shaky, but as he got the wind beneath him, he began to get a grasp on what exactly is going to be needed. I'm excited to see what they do in the recruiting season, but I'm in agreement, not a C plus, but I gave him a C.
Okay. Now, my next student has been a favorite all year because of their circumstances, and they will get a C also, and that's Bethune-Cookman.
Okay, I'm feeling you on that. They were the road warriors,
right? And
they were highly much better than what their record indicated. And believe it or not, Coach, I'm going to give them a C plus. Okay. I almost gave them a B minus, but because of points that they were scoring. But you do have to have some wins, so I gave them a C plus.
Okay, and then the other school or other student in my class that I will give a C to will be Mississippi Valley. They have a special place in my heart because, to me, they're doing a lot with what they have. And I think they're taking advantage of, they're going exceedingly and abundantly over what people are expecting of them when you look at their budget. So Mississippi Valley will get a C from me.
I gave them a C plus because they beat my Panthers. Next.
Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to have to give the Alcorn Braves a C. I think that they underperformed this year. I have a fantastic coach. He does an outstanding job, but I just felt like the Braves Nation, they expected more, and so did I. So they would get a C.
I gave them a B minus based upon this. There were a lot of internal struggles that have been going on for years at the reservation, and it seemed like it hit a boiling point for Coach McNair, but he was able to regroup and weather a competitive product on the field. So for that, I gave him a B minus.
Okay, that's fair. And then but I'm gonna save this next C. I'm now down to my Alabama A&M Bulldogs. They will get a C from me for the season that they came up with. They came up with a losing season, but they too had some internal strifes. I don't know if the public knows, but 3 of their top players left the program during the season. They were not injured. So there was a lot of internal strife that went on in there. So I can't fail them, but they will get a C minus from me.
Well, I gave him a C because even when he was at the MEAC, Coach Maynard has always had what I call a hybrid program. And you don't know how to prepare for them. And one week they look like this, the next week they look like that. And that was kind of indication of the season. They looked promising at some points, and they looked like, who are these imposters? But they did enough not to fail, so I gave them a C as well.
Okay. Now, I wanted to save your Panthers for last, but I'm going to go ahead, since I'm in the C range, I'm going to give your Panthers a C for the season. I thought they underperformed. They had a golden opportunity to win the West, and they came up a little short. So I'm going to give the Panthers of Prairie View a C.
Coach, it said to thy own self be true, right? And I love my Panthers. I love them. But they did not pass, as far as I'm concerned, even though there was a winning season.
Wow.
Inaugural season for Coach Bubba McDowell. They went 6-5, but you had 2 opportunities to do one job.
Yep.
And you couldn't cross that threshold. So because of that, I don't see how they get past a D from my grades.
Okay.
They would have to take the class over.
I got you. I can repeat. At least you didn't fail them.
Yes, sir.
And the other D, the other student in my class that would get a D would be Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think that with the resources that they've had over the years, with the group that they had coming back, I felt like they underachieved. So they got a D.
Well, I gave them a C minus, and here's why. Yeah, they're budget challenged. They broke up with their coach mid-season, but they found enough energy and moxie to finish the season in what I would call a positive direction. And for that, I gave them a C minus.
Oh, that's good. In the beginning, I thought you were a hard taskmaster, but if I'm looking at this correct, so far you've only given out 1 D, and my last D goes to Grambling. I thought that they underachieved as a unit.
Okay, I gave Grambling a C minus, and here's why. They had a lot of adjusting to do quickly, and with Hugh Jackson coming in as the new head coach, he inherited a mess. Let's just be honest. But he waded through the storm, and they began to turn the corner, even though it wasn't what they wanted at the end result. But you can see this program getting better. I gave him a C minus.
Okay. Well, that means that I'm the tough taskmaster. So I've given out 2 Ds. You've only given out 1, and that was to your PV Panthers. And I think we had a good year with our class, with our students, and we gave out some A's. We gave out all letter grades. Nobody got that F. We've only got a couple of people that need to repeat. And that's
yes, sir.
Not bad.
That's not bad. And for the record, we didn't give grades. They earned their grades.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know, back in the school day, they said a teacher gave me an F. No, you earned that F, and then you earned. But like you said, well, I made an A or a B. No, maybe they gave you that A or B. You know, so the balancing act is that you have to, be true. Look yourself in the mirror. Don't overcompensate, but be, honest with yourself and adjust accordingly.
Right.
Accordingly. So it leads us now, Coach, to this SWAC championship game.
Yes.
You have Jackson, who by far is a heavy favorite, and Southern University. When you look at this tale of tapes, it's like, why are we even playing this game, right?
Right, after that 35-0. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. And it makes you somewhat, in my opinion, be very cautious coming into this game, because Southern, in my opinion, is playing with house money, and they have absolutely nothing to lose. The latest reports that Colorado has offered Deion Sanders the head coaching job in the Pac-12, and he's acknowledged that, and he says that, hey, we're going to focus on this game right now. But you and I both know, Coach, when that is looming over your head, it could be the very thing that bites you in the backside.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with everything that you've said. In fact, I have looked at this game this way. I still think with all that, Jackson State is the better team. I think they'll win, but this will be a very close game, in my opinion.
No doubt about it.
I think Southern will use the fact that they lost during the regular season, 35-0. I think that they'll use the distractions that Jackson State is facing right now, and I think they'll come out and they'll play an inspired game. I'm going to be looking forward to that game at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and I just feel like it will not be the same as it was during the regular season.
Oh, no. It's going to be, I think, a very intriguing game as well. And Lord say the same when the creek don't rise. We'll get to talk about it that following week.
Okay.
You know, and you know what, Coach? I purposely said I wasn't going to mix the basketball in,
but we have to. I think we have to.
I know.
I think we have to. I think, and I want somebody to check this. I think the SWAC had one of the most historic days in the history of SWAC basketball.
No doubt about it.
You had 6 teams to play. 5 of them were victorious over Division I opponents.
No doubt about it. I told you, I said that my intention was I wasn't going to be able to talk, but you cannot overlook what they're doing, you know,
right,
because if the roles were reversed, everybody would be shouting, man, this is terrible, this is terrible. But let's toot the horn right now.
Right.
Let's toot it right now. When you see this thing, you know, once again, we're coming in playing with house money.
Right.
We have absolutely nothing to lose, but we are displaying that, hey, we have talent, we have great coaching, and the only thing that's threatening when we have these type of games and success is that they're going to start poaching our talent and even our coaches.
Right, absolutely. That's exactly what's going to happen.
You know,
I agree with you.
Yes, sir. So, as they say, when the dust settles, what a great time to be a part of the SWAC.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You know, now, of the wins, which one was the more impressive for you, Coach?
Well, I'm going to tell you the team that I'm most impressed with, Grambling. I think Grambling has shown that they don't care who they go up against.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to play. Grambling won last night again.
Yes, sir.
Against another Division I opponent. And Coach Jackson is showing that he's ready. This might be his year. And
yes, sir.
And I'm trying to figure out of all those games on that particular day, who was the one that came away with the largest win? I'm gonna stick with but looking at these opponents, it would have to be still Grambling, UTSA.
Yes, sir.
And then Prairie View beat Arkansas State.
Yes.
Alcorn beat Cal State Bakersfield. Southern beat Loyola University.
Yes. Yes. And it's here. We've talked about it before. We know that football is king in the South, but basketball, people underestimate this. They bring in the dollars, and you can be more competitive quicker, especially with the portal these days, that you can turn a program around literally overnight.
Right, and when you look at the overall SWAC, you only have one team that has not won a game, and in the past we would have 3 or 4, and that's why I think right now our RPI is probably past the MEAC. We know it's going to be above the MEAC, but we got to catch up with people like the Southland, and I think our RPI will be higher than theirs right now. So we're trending in the right direction when it comes to basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're trending, and as that trend rises, so does the NCAA playing with expansion, right?
Right.
I really don't think they need to add to the 68-team format, but who knows what they'll end up doing, because What's going to control it all is television and the dollars that come behind it. I think they have the sweet spot right now, and I wouldn't mind them just keeping the main bulk of the games in Las Vegas, Coach.
Right. Yep. I think that's a great idea. That's great.
Give everybody a chance to see the bright lights, but if you've never been to Vegas before, it's not that big. And once you leave the bright lights, you better hurry up and turn around and head toward the light. Because when you get toward the end of that strip, brother, it is dim and dark, and you better hurry up and make a U-turn.
Right. Nothing but desert.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm looking forward to the hoop sessions, Coach. And as always, it's a joy to get a chance to, as the young folk would say, chop it up with you, talking about our SWAC athletics. And I'm going to give you some closing thoughts and comments right now, Coach.
Well, Dr. Prince, I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to thank you for keeping SWAC at the forefront, continue to do the good work that he has commissioned you to do. And I look forward to next week, where we'll get a chance to talk about a SWAC championship and look at some more SWAC basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's a mutual excitement from our end as well. And really and truly are thankful for the opportunity, not only to share, but to learn from you, sir, and expound the educational level for our listeners at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And with that being said, I want to remind you guys that you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And in the event you didn't know, we have a website, obnradio.com. Go and check that out. And for those of you that miss any episodes that we produce here at the Open Mic, all you have to do is ask your smart device to play the latest episode of The Mike Prince Show, and just like that, you have access. I am going to exit stage left for right now. I want to thank you guys so much for joining in with us. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.